Great, let's take a look at politics now. That will usher in that conversation that we'll have with Ambrose Weda and Gabriel Muthuma. Deputy President William Ruto's remarks last week hinting at a likely political alliance with the ODM party leader Raila Odinga has got tongues wagging tonight. KTN senior political reporter Murimi Mwangi revisits previous Ruto-Raila alliances and explains why the duo's allies fear there may be an all-out scheme by the state to neutralize traditional Ruto-Raila political constituencies ahead of the 2022 election.
Former Prime Minister. Yeye kama vile mimi tunaamini katika chama ya kitaifa. Ya, wale ambao hatuwezi kukubaliana na wao ni wale wanataka kuturudisha katika vyama vya kikabila.
Remarks by Deputy President William Ruto that have got political pundits drawing permutations. But just how tenable is a Raila-Ruto alliance? Perhaps the greatest bottleneck, observers say, is the pressure from each of the duo's allies to go for nothing short of the country's top job. Pressure even heavier on Ruto's side, who after serving the 2 maximum constitutional terms as deputy president, has his eyes for the house on the hill. On his part, Odinga, after 4 unsuccessful stabs at the presidency, faces the pressure of his allies already popularizing a likely 2022 Odinga presidential candidature as the last bullet.
That kind of coalition will be electrifying. It will be a repeat of 2007, not in terms of fighting and all that or skirmishes, but in terms of strength that will be felt from the side of Raila Odinga and William Ruto. Yes, that one is unstoppable, actually.
The only thing is that we believe that that Deputy President, if we come together, we must be careful on what really we are leaving for the Kenyans. Therefore, we don't expect that even if the Deputy President were together, the bad manners of entertaining thieving of public funds will continue. No.
Yet another hurdle stands against the widely touted Ruto-Odinga partnership, the mistrust that has over the years defined the duo's love-hate relationship. In 2002, for instance, after Odinga's crossover to Independence Party KANU, Odinga recounts in his memoirs how Ruto, then as the party's national organizing secretary, demolished walls to a middle office separating his and that of Odinga to ostensibly have ample space to spy on Odinga, who had since ascended to the post of KANU Secretary General. Suspicion that continued even after the two reunited under the Orange Democratic Movement, where Ruto skipped the launch of Odinga's presidential bid. Later, Odinga as Prime Minister in a coalition government with retired President Mwai Kibaki, unsuccessfully fired Ruto from the Agriculture Ministry and even engineered a failed National Assembly impeachment plot against Ruto, in a power play that only diminished after Kibaki came to Ruto's rescue and transferred him to the Higher Education Ministry. Tribulations that have recently followed Ruto to Jubilee, where plans to eject him as deputy party leader have reached a fever pitch. Interestingly, Odinga appears to be drinking from the same cup of tribulations amid talk of a state-engineered plot to isolate him to his native Nyanza constituency, following his recent loss of the Matungu parliamentary by-election and a Wednesday meeting of 3 coastal governors, including his ODM deputy party leader Hassan Ali Joho with President Uhuru Kenyatta.
One nation.
That only a day before all Odinga's 2017 coalition partners coalesced into a fresh emerging alliance, comprising his former running mate Kalonzo Musyoka and 2017 campaign manager Musalia Mudavadi and Kenyatta's longtime ally, Jubilee coalition partner and KANU national chairman Gideon Moi.
Perpetuators of status quo do not want someone of an alternative thinking. Someone who believes in a united Kenya. Someone who believes that the Kenyan cake is bigger for all of us to share. And that's Raila's sort of thinking. There are people who believe that we must deal with tribal guys.
The people the president is trying to work with, if it is true he may be trying to neutralize, are actually of no consequence. When you talk about Kenyan politics and marshalling support, you cannot talk about, honestly, you cannot talk about Mudavadi, you cannot talk about Kalonzo, you cannot talk about all those people, you cannot talk about Joho, you cannot talk about Muvuria.
You cannot run away from the fact that in this country, our ethnic fault lines are very visible. Our regional fault lines are very visible. And each region, each communities have got people they see and look at as their beacons of hope and leadership.
No permanent friends or enemies in the murky world of politics, and the Kenyatta succession race no doubt will be a test of political probabilities as realignments continue. Murumi Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.
Great. I want us to now have a conversation with Ambrose Weda, who's a political analyst, who's joining us from Kisumu, and Gabriel Muthuma as well. Both of them